Hey there, internet friends. Trevor Starkey here with another episode of AC Discovery, my weekly Saturday show where I sit down and talk about anime and or comics. And today we're going to continue along with my journey through My Hero Academia. I watched 2 more episodes today. What I can do for now... Yeah, what I can do for now, and Rage You Damn Nerd. So where we last left off, Zuku, or Deku, as I can now start calling him, because they finally, I guess, have kind of clarified that for me. So Deku got accepted into the school, and so here we get to see kind of his first day, and we get to see his homeroom teacher, who is Eraserhead. Well, basically, his power is that he can erase people's quirks, and he is very much Snape-like in his kind of demeanor. He looks like he'll be the hard-ass teacher that isn't gonna like pull punches, but then he does kind of pull punches at the end. So he tells the kids, "Hey, we're gonna do 8 tests. Use your quirks because you haven't been able to use them in school. So, and also we're gonna fail. We're gonna expel the worst of you." And so Deku starts freaking out about that. Everybody kind of has their little highlights. We get to see kind of little splash screens for some of the kids and what their quirks are and what their heroes are. And for me, I was able to finally jot down some names. So like we have Ida, who's the blue-haired kid with jet legs, and his quirk is Engine. We also have the nice girl who's been so kind to Deku in the past is Ochaku Uraraka. And her quirk is Zero Gravity. We have, I think I called this guy Naval Laser in the past anyway, but Yuga Aogama, his quirk is Naval Laser. And then, of course, we have Deku's arch rival Bakugo, his quirk is Explosion. You can shoot fire from his hands and stuff. So they do a whole bunch of little tests in here, and Deku is ready to kind of put his all-in-one power to the test in like the ball throw thing, so he doesn't, get the bottom of the barrel and get expelled. But before he goes to do that, the teacher Aizawa uses his eraser ability to kind of suppress the quirk, so he just kind of throws it piddly, and then he gives him basically a stern lecture and says, "Hey, I saw what happened last time you used your power. It broke you. You're useless if you throw your all into one thing and then you only save one person and somebody else has to save you." And so Deku cleverly uses his power, but only in like the one fingertip, and so he like throws the ball and just like powers up just the last little bit, so his finger gets busted all to hell, but he is able to kind of throw the ball super far and redeem himself-ish. Which leads us right into the next episode, Rage You Damn Nerd. As Deku is kind of still broken in his finger, he limps through his other challenges, but still winds up at the bottom of the pack, which would have been grounds for expulsion, but we kind of see Aizawa maybe a little soft on him and basically says, "Oh, by the way, I was just joking about the expulsion." But you kind of think maybe he wasn't just joking about the expulsion, especially when he has this conversation with All Might. All Might kind of says, like, you expelled, like, a whole class last year or something like that, I think. Or, I don't know, it was very quick, I might have misread that. But I got the impression that All Might was expecting him to fully go ahead and expel the kid, but it seems like Aizawa maybe sees potential in Deku as well, and so he let him live another day. Continuing on in this episode, All Might has his first homeroom hero training basics with all the kids. All the kids kind of get their new outfits, their new hero clothing. Deku's is very much seems like homemade, homegrown. It's kind of the little sketch you see at the in the end credits of every episode of basically him in a green outfit with very All Might inspired bunny rabbit ears, inspired by All Might's crazy eyebrows, as well as a just giant grin on his face, again also inspired by All Might. But other than that, it's like a tracksuit. He doesn't get kind of a fully fleshed out outfit like all the other kids do, that supplements their powers, in part because he was previously registered as a no quirk kind of person. But we see this nice little flashback of his mom getting him the tracksuit and kind of going from there. So the challenge that is put forth in this episode is a heroes versus villains kind of mashup, and the all the students are split into 2 teams of 2. You have Deku and Uraraka teamed up as like the heroes for their competition, and then you have Ida teamed up with Bakugo as the villains. And the challenge is basically the villains have a nuke in the building, and they either have to defend it or the heroes have to capture the nuke, basically. Another very video game-esque kind of challenge put forth here. We have Deku very much concerned that he still can't control his powers, but he doesn't want to let down his teammate, and so he ends up using kind of his smarts and his strategy and the notes that he's taken on Bakugo, and so like Bakugo does a sneak attack, but when he goes to throw his punch, Deku is waiting for it and like flips him over, and it's kind of a very nice like heroic, somehow he got the upper hand kind of moment, and he has this thing, and this is where like Deku came into play. When Ida and the girl kind of introduce themselves to him, they talk to him and call him Deku because that's what Bakugo referred to him as, and the girl says, "Oh, that's nice. It means you like it's almost like you can do it." And he's like, "Oh well, yeah, but Bakugo uses it as an insult for me." And here he kind of like takes ownership of that name and says, "No, it's not going to mean useless anymore like you say it is. It's going to mean you can do it like she says it does." And so it's a nice little like him kind of taking ownership of that name moment. Of course, that pisses off Bakugo, and he calls him a damn nerd, and then the episode ends. And I wanted to move on to the next one, but I was like, nope, gonna stick it to 2 episodes, and we'll go from there. So, yeah, I'm enjoying this. Somebody at one point said, like, oh yeah, it's basically like Hogwarts, but for superheroes, and I was like, watching these first episodes in the school, I was like, yep, it's Hogwarts for superheroes. That's a very apt call. A lot of the background heroes here are still yet to be established, but we get to see, some of their powers kind of in some of the little montages through the trials here. So I'm looking forward to getting to see, the wide cast of characters here, the class of 18, as well as, maybe more teachers and whatnot. It is very much reminiscent of, like, the first time I read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and watching this world kind of get built out and slowly introduced to new characters. And, of course, you even have, like, your little trio of characters. You've got your Harry, Ron, and Hermione type with Deku, the girl, and I need to come up with some better name for the girl, because I'm going to just trip over Uraraka all the time. So maybe just Ochaku? Yeah, I'll just call her Ochaku. Ochaku-san. Anyway, they have that nice little trio, and then you've, of course, got, like, the Bakugo, Draco Malfoy rivalry thing set up. So, yeah, it's a very apt parallel between My Hero Academia and, of course, Harry Potter, without the, like, he's the chosen one. Well, he kind of is the chosen one, because All Might has chosen him to be, like, a successor, but that would mean All Might is Voldemort. No. Anyway, so yeah, those are my thoughts on these couple episodes. Ton of fun, still very colorful, very vibrant, very just, yeah, a fun show that I'm really enjoying. I'm enjoying the action that they put forth, and I'm enjoying kind of the growth of the character, little by little. So let me know what you thought about these episodes in the comments below. As always, I've been your host, Trevor Starkey from TrevorTrove.com. You can follow me at SnarkyStarkey on Twitter. And until next time, from here at the Trove, treasure your friends.